record holder for the most yards ever passing in a single game, Rohan Davey. Emmitt Smith joins us in studio.
It's the first time I played in such a place that had that much noise.
Jock, throw a rock and you'll hit a three-star cornerback in Louisiana.
When I first came here 25 years ago, this young lady was one of the first athletes I ever covered. You knew her as Trena Peel. She's now Trena Peel Prater. She's the head coach of Memphis, and she's in town this week as her team is taking on both Southern and LSU. I'm not going to call you old friend, but great to see you.
Good to see you again, too.
Yeah. First road trip in my WAFB career was I went to Oklahoma City to see the LSU softball team play in the World Series.
There you go. Yeah, I was a part of that first World Series team in 2001.
That's it. 2001, the legendary Yvette Girouard.
Yes, her first year.
Yeah.
We took her to the World Series.
How about that?
Yeah, it was a good experience, obviously. Great career here at LSU, four-time SEC champion. So.
Well, I'm looking at your resume here, and you can maybe, if you want to listen to this. In your career at LSU, your teams were 230 and 45. So I'm not good at math, but that tells me that's over 50 wins a year.
Yep.
And just the tremendous athletes you played with.
Yes.
Brittany Sneed.
Yes.
Brittany Sneed Newman now.
There we go. Yep.
All these
hyphenated married names.
Us guys, we keep the same names, right? But I just remember tall and threw about 70 and just a great pitcher also.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we both came in as freshmen. Me, her, and Megan Stiggy. We were the three freshmen. So we're the only three, I think, in LSU history that have 4 consecutive SEC championship rings.
Yeah. And are you still the all-time leader in triples?
I am in single season.
Yeah.
14 in a season. Yeah.
And career. It says you had 27 in your career, 14 in one season.
Yeah. So
that tells me you have to be fast, right?
Slightly, yeah, a little bit. I had a little giddy up in my step.
Were you a track athlete also?
I ran track in middle school, and then so I'm like uber competitive, and so my first track meet in high school, I got 3rd place, and I was like, I couldn't take it, and so then I just joined the relays, 4x1, 4x2, but I always was softball and basketball. Those are my first 2 loves. Yeah.
Well, and so much has changed. The old Tiger Park that you played at,
right?
It's a parking lot now,
right?
And the tennis facility is now a beach volleyball court. They were like in the same spot.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The old Tiger Park, you have good memories of it, I guess, but people look back on it like, man, this was kind of thrown together, and at a time when women's sports maybe weren't respected as much as they should have been. You look at the park they're playing in now, obviously.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I think fun fact, they had brought softball back. They had got rid of wrestling back then, and they reinstated softball, I think, a couple years before I got there. So the facility that we had, to us, it was really, really nice.
Right.
And then, obviously, as the sport continued to grow and all those things in stadiums began to get renovated, that's where the expectation came for something bigger. But I feel like I was a part of the grassroots of building the stadium that they're in now, because Coach Girouard started those blueprints back even when I was playing.
Yeah, she had a big part to do with designing the new Tiger Park and how it was going to be and so forth.
Yeah.
Look, hindsight's 20/20. I think the one thing that they didn't take into account was the wind coming off the Mississippi. And it really plays like a big park because of that all the time. Hard to hit it out there. But, I was doing a story on Patrick Wright the other day.
Oh, yes.
Who's now 35 years doing LSU women's sports, 35 years basketball, and I mentioned in the story that LSU brought back softball in 1997, and one of my coworkers heard that. Really? Mm-hmm. So in terms of sports at LSU, it's a fairly young sport. They had it, it went away, then they brought it back.
Right. Yeah, so I was there in 1998. That was my freshman year. So.
Yeah. What do you recall about Yvette Girouard?
She's a winner. She was tough. She was actually my first female coach that I ever played for my whole career growing up. So I think she inspired me when she got here. I was a tough cookie, though. I definitely made her earn her check every day. But she was a winner. She pushed us. She had great motivational speeches. She had great themes for us each year. She knew how to push her buttons to get you to be the best version of yourself and how to bring us really together as a team.
You weren't high maintenance, were you, Trena Peel?
Not Trena Peel Prater, absolutely. Yeah, but she kept me humble. She pushed me, and still to this day, she's one of the reasons why I coach the way I coach, the passion I coach with, and I take a lot of the things that she did with our two teams. I actually played for her for 2 years, and then my 5th year I student coached under her, so I got to see kind of both sides and working with her, and I do a lot of things like she did.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to when you were on campus, and the female coaches at the time.
Right.
We all get caught up, especially now with Twitter and everything, in really shallow, superficial, how many national championships have you won? Blah, blah, blah. But you think about, like, Sue Gunner with women's basketball, Dee Dee Bro with gymnastics, and Yvette Girouard with softball. Now, Yvette will admit that all her battles were mostly at UL Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns, to build that up. But you talk about 3 women who, through I guess even the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, were fighting the fight when a lot of men were saying, get out of the way or just don't make a whole lot of noise. And they were really pioneers to their sports.
Oh, absolutely. And just to see those women in those seats and have the championship programs and the winners around us. And Coach Girouard always talked to us about, the good old days of playing and what they didn't have. And then, she would make sure we were appreciative of what we got because so many people before us didn't have that. So that was, a big part of her message to us, to be grateful for what we have. And, the women that come before you, always acknowledging them and recognizing what they had done.
Yeah. What other memories do you have of being on campus at the time? I was thinking about this too, going for a walk this morning, just getting nervous about having Trena Peel come in today. I was thinking about other guys. So while you were on campus, you had Skip Bertman and Nick Saban on campus at the same time, as I guess Skip was still the coach until 01.
Yes.
And then Saban comes along, and we hear about Saban's great. This guy's great. He's going to be awesome. But he had not become who we know him as today. But I guess you look back and say, wow, I was on campus with some pretty impressive people.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say that, like, the time that I came through, the 5 years that I was there, like, even the athletes that came out, like, to see Booger McFarland, like, on TV now all the time, I'm like, yeah, I went to school with him. Ryan Clark, like, he was somebody I met on my official visit at like an alpha party, and he was like, come to LSU. Like, he truly like sold me on coming to LSU. And then when I was here, we were friends, and basketball players that were here. Like, I came at a really, really cool time of championships, national championships, and just the camaraderie as a athletic department and the friendships from all different sports. And the Shaquille O'Neal Academic Center was built back then, and that's where we kind of all created our academic village and study hall. Yeah,
well, you can maybe speak to this. Ryan Clark, people that were around him at that time say that he's the exact.
He is.
That him then and him on TV.
Yes.
It's the same dude.
It really is, and he's just always been a genuine guy. What he says, he does, and he had a great heart and was, just trying to be there for you and support you and all the things. And so it's cool to see the success that he has right now because he's earned it. And, I always say good things happen to great people.
Yeah.
And he's definitely one of the great souls.
Well, and not long after, Marcus Spears.
He was here.
Right here on from Southern Lab.
Yeah.
Basketball star, football star, part of the big reason why LSU won the national championship in football in 2003. Michael Clayton also from in
Correct.
town.
And then his wife was here, too, playing basketball, too. At
She's
the
a
same
heck of a
time.
player.
Yeah.
Went to the WNBA for a while, right?
Yep.
And then they've got some very athletic children, too.
Volleyball, football, basketball.
Yeah. We'll talk about what you're doing now. And you've been coaching for over 2 decades.
Yes. 21 years. I think this is my 21st year of coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coaching, it's rewarding. It's punishment. It's all wrapped into that, right? I think a coach told me one time we're masochists, we just...
Yeah. Coaching is the easy part. If all I had to do was show up and go to the field, that would be amazing. But it's everything before practice and post-practice is really why you get paid what you get paid.
Yeah. Psychiatrist. You probably have to, run people around sometimes. And, transportation and
Yep.
Classes.
Yep. Got to do all the things, all the different hats. Like the coaching part on the field is the rewarding part. That's what everybody cares about outside, but really building the relationships, teaching them to be young women, to respect themselves, to be good people and teammates and all the things. For me, that's what I really pride them on. The growth of being a good person and being respecting yourself as a woman and being confident and be able to walk into a room where you're the only one and be able to still, hold your ground, hold your head up, speak, give good eye contact, all of those things.
Yeah. Well, and being good citizens, let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of money after college, right? For a lot of them that play the sport.
Absolutely.
Softball. We know about the WNBA struggle, but the softball struggles even more,
right? And now with the AUSL, Athletes Unlimited, it's coming back. And now MLB has become an ambassador and a partner. So the hope is that it'll continue to grow. I think we got the right people finally in charge at the top. And, I played for the NPF, National Pro Fast Pitch, for 7 years. And like you say, it's like a summer job. You don't get paid a lot, but you're doing it for the love of the game and to make an impact on the communities where your teams are. But now, hopefully, in the next, 3 to 5 years, like you can actually make a living potentially off of whether you're, in college it's NIL, but, hopefully professionally you can get endorsements and people support you on that level.
Yeah. How is that impacting your job, this NIL stuff?
I would say when I was at Campbell, it impacted because we didn't have NIL. And so my last year there, we won the championship. My coach staff got Coach of the Year. I had Pitcher of the Year, Player of the Year, and Freshman of the Year, and then they all got poached for NIL, right?
I've heard this story before.
Yep. My Pitcher of the Year went to Oklahoma. My Player of the Year went to Liberty. My Freshman of the Year went to UNC Chapel Hill. Yeah. And you just have to wish the best for them, right? To go get the money, to play on a different platform and all of those things. So I got to see the other side of it, because I'd never been in that position to get poached for money or to go to that bigger platform. So at Memphis now, I'm in a better position. That was one of the reasons I wanted to come here, is because we are aligned to potentially go into the P4 soon. And to have NIL and revenue sharing and all that. Our athletic director, Dr. Scott, is phenomenal visionary, and it's not about where Memphis is. He knows where he wants to take us. And so it's great to be in a position to now being able to offer NIL money to athletes and things for, our future to continue to grow. So definitely changes the landscape of everything and trying to get kids. But I've also learned that just because I have money doesn't mean they're going to come. Because I offer people money, but then we haven't won. And so, trying to rebuild a program from the ground up is challenging and humbling at the same time. Yeah.
Well, and no offense to the other places you coached at, but it seems like this might be your best job.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
As far as location, quality of life, resources, athletic department, you got Penny Hardaway right across the street with basketball. Now we have Coach Huff in football that's there, and he's going to take that program to places I think that it hasn't been as well. And, women's basketball is growing. We got a new volleyball coach, our soccer coach. They were number 3 in the country this year. So there's a lot of camaraderie and great winners in our department, and that's another reason why I like it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just kind of casually watch it, but the football program has been successful, and obviously, like you said, the basketball's been a big thing there for
absolutely
forever.
Memphis has been a basketball school. You had Calipari here before. With all the things and what Penny did in his career. But, Memphis has always been a basketball school. So now the hope, we got a brand-new football stadium, multi-million. It's wild. It's going to be one of the nicest in the country.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And, no offense to Liberty Bowl, but I think it's outlived its purpose. I mean, there's some LSU guys that played there in 1985 who were like, this bowl game wasn't the best we'd ever been to. So,
well, they won't be able to say that moving forward because it's got some, about $220 million pumping into it. So it's going to be very, very nice.
The basketball arena, that's not the Pyramid, is it?
It's at FedEx Forum now. So the Pyramid is now Bass Pro Shop.
Is that right?
Yes.
I remember when they built that thing, and it was just state of the art, the pyramid.
Yeah.
You know, I remember that was a big deal and everything. So yeah, the Grizzlies and everybody playing the same arena there.
Yep.
Good deal. Well, yeah, I'm excited for you. You've like I said, like Buffalo. How did you live in Buffalo? I mean, as somebody like who like can't take 2 days of cold weather, I'm just imagining trying to prep a softball team and be competitive in that climate.
Right. It's
literally.
definitely, it definitely been an outdoor sport in Buffalo in the spring, where I always say February is not spring, as there's a nor'easter there now, right? So we didn't see our field a lot of times until the middle of March, and you're indoors training for an outdoor sport, so that was challenging. But you know, you do what you got to do and continue to try to compete. But I grew up in Colorado, so the cold for me wasn't really a big deal. Now, my husband's from Louisiana, so for him, he was like, I need you to hurry up and win so we can get out of here. For him, it was a challenge. That was about as far north as he'll ever go again. So, yeah.
Well, I just can't get on board with, like, there's a kid that used to intern here from Chicago, and he says the Louisiana summer is worse than the Chicago winter.
Yes.
You think so?
Heat and humidity and sweating and all of that, I agree. When it's cold, you can put on layers, you can do all the things,
but
you can
got
stay
that
inside.
Snow and you can't travel and you're stranded.
But you figure it out. Like you're not scared. When you live in it and grow up in it, you can function. Like in Memphis, it snows 2 inches and the whole city shuts down. Yeah. I'm like, what? In Buffalo, you get 2 feet and you're still going to school and you're still figuring it out and they're still plowing the roads. So it's just a matter of, you know,
it's what you're used to.
Yeah.
I was in Phoenix one day and it rained, and it was the lead story on the news, and people don't know how to deal with it. They're pulling over and everything, so it is what you're used to. So tell me about this new effort that you're doing at Memphis. I see I'm reading in your first year improvements, and now you're coming down to Baton Rouge. You're going to play Southern. You're going to play LSU. I asked Beth Trina about you today, who obviously didn't coach you, but she had glowing things to say about you as a person and as a player and everything. So.
Aww. That's awesome. She's great. I love what she's doing with the program. But as far as Memphis, just trying to rebuild it, right? Everywhere I've been, I've taken over a losing program except for Campbell. So when I went to Hampton, that was my first head coaching job. It took me 3 years to make them a championship program. We won it all, went to regionals, did the thing. And then went up to Buffalo my first year there, won the Eastern Division Championship while I was there. And then Campbell, that was the first time I took over a championship program. They had won back-to-back championships. So for me, I was like, all right, this is the first time, just don't mess it up. Like, keep it going. So
you had expectations for the first time, maybe.
Right, absolutely. And so my first year, we were in the Big South, won the tournament, went to regionals. Next year, we switched conferences. Colonial Athletic Conference. So they're like, oh, we're in a new conference, just finish middle of the pack. And I'm like, no, I want to win it. That's what we did. So we won back-to-back championships at 2 different conferences. So for me, I was like, all right, I'm never taking over another rebuild because this is easy. They know how to win. Like, I can, do all these things. And then Memphis calls, and I'm like, I just feel like it's my calling. I think I motivate well. I think I inspire. I like to get kids who are underdogs, that are gritty, that got a chip on their shoulder and got something to prove. And I think that's a part of the ingredients of my teams and why I'm able to kind of get us to do this quickly. Yeah.
Well, visiting with you right now, you've got the nice, cool, calm demeanor. What are you like as a coach? I mean, you can't shout and yell at kids today. They get their feelings hurt. They go to Twitter. My coach yelled at me. I'm hitting the portal.
Oh, period.
That's halfway funny, halfway true.
This is true. No, but you got to love on them. I think the more that you can build the relationships on the outside, the more that I can push you and yell at you, and you understand that it's not personal. Yeah. That's what we tried to say. If we could take the emotion out of it and just keep the main thing, this is softball, right? I can yell at you for doing good things, and I can yell at you for being lazy and not having extra effort, right? You got to be able to take them both. You don't just get one. You just don't get the cheerleader, Coach Prater, because I'm the hype woman all the time, right? But
are you good cop and bad cop all wrapped in a row?
Yes, but my assistant coach, Cassidy Brewer, she's super bad cop.
Okay.
She takes care of the dirty work most of the time. They do it, and she's on them before I even say anything, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, she got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do both. But on game day, I'm more like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, game day is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, I don't want to say the easy part, but they would always try to say we make practice hard for the games to be easy.
Right.
And at LSU, like with Mulkey,
Right.
I mean, I hear a lot of young women who come here. They know what she's about. They know about the tough love, and they know what they're signing up for. And I guess it is encouraging to see that they're. I don't want to sound old, you know, or when we played, or but that the generation still, that there are still people that want to be coached hard and get the tough love and everything.
Yeah, and then they always say, like, yeah, I want you to push me, I want you to be tough, and I'm like, okay, so tell me, what does that look like for you? Like, tell me what your tough is. Like, that's more of in a recruiting process. What's that sound like? Like, what do you? Because to everybody, they say that, but then when you do it, they're like, oh my God, she yelled at me. Yeah, because you're below the standard. So we really try to have a standard language so that you understand, like, you're just below the standard, right? If I raise my voice, or this is the expectation, especially in my outfield, if you don't dive for a ball, right, you expect Coach Prater is going to yell.
Yeah, yeah.
Because our standard, you need to leave your feet. We need grass stains. Our infield's not getting dirty. Pitchers hit your spot. Why does the ball keep leaving the park? Like, all of the things when we're not meeting expectations.
Well, we just need to put some video in from 2001, right? It's not black and white, not that old. But
Almost.
What number were you?
44.
44. Okay. Is there a reason behind that, or?
Actually, Jody Otten was the first All-American, and she wore 44.
Okay.
And then so I piggybacked on her.
Now, you and I were talking off air as we're in Black History Month. You are the first black All-American in LSU history?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You're proud of that, obviously?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I honestly didn't know it until a couple years back. I think LSU for Black History Month was promoting in all the sports. They're All-Americans. They're black All-Americans. And the SID was hunt me down. He's like, man, I've been trying to find you because I got to do you first because you were the first one. I was like, for real? But then thinking back, I was like, oh, dang, I was. Because really before me, there was only Tyra Perry and Taryn, her sister, and then Dee Douglas. And then I was an All-American, and then more came behind me.
Yeah, yeah. Talking to Trina today, she said it seems like over the years, LSU's certainly had their share of more than other schools, it seems like. And now they've got there's a large amount that are playing for LSU at the moment.
I think, representation, like the familiarity, like coming to LSU was the first time I ever played with another black player. And that was a part of me choosing LSU too. Just the comfortability to be yourself and just have somebody around. Just like if you go to a foreign country and you see another American, right? Nobody else is speaking your language.
Sure.
But yeah, that was a big part of why I came. So I think for us to have, diversity throughout the team allows for others to see it and then aspire to be on the same stage.
Yeah. And in leadership now, what does it mean?
It means a lot. And there's a lot of responsibilities, same thing, to do well and win so that other people that look like you get that same opportunity, right? That's that same responsibility, I think, across the world, the globe with, corporate jobs and all the things. Same thing with women. Just being a woman and being a minority in general, there's sometimes not as many opportunities. And so when you get it and you're successful, then that allows somebody else to see you doing it and then say, maybe I can be her one day.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and that's a topic where, and I talked to you about it, like it's important, obviously, you talk about it, then there's some people roll their eyes, like, let's treat everybody the same and don't even bring that up.
Right.
But where is you tell me.
Right. I just think, like, it is what it is, and you can acknowledge it. You can make it a big thing or not, but I think to some that understand it and don't have the same privilege, it does mean something.
Yeah. Well, LSU certainly, Verge Osbury is the athletic director now.
Yes, I'm excited for him.
I mean,
great guy. He was there when I was there in school. Yeah. 27 years now ago.
Yeah. I said I don't think they give him enough credit for how long he's been there. They said he's been here 30 years. I'm like, well, he's a player. Yeah. Back to that Liberty Bowl in 1985. And he's been there ever since. Yeah. So,
great guy. Always was supportive of athletes and what we needed and all of that. Obviously he worked with football a lot, but always, would show up, support softball, knew who you were, would speak to you when he saw you.
Yeah.
So I was really excited for him to get it because I think, obviously, when you bleed purple and gold, like, it's different, right? You're going to work a little bit different when you understand it. There's a different passion and pride behind what you do.
Yeah, well, Lane Kiffin's kind of made that a thing now. It's different, or it's just different.
It really is. It really is, and you can't explain it if you haven't lived it or like been here and been a part of it. And I think that's another thing that drives me to want to rebuild historically bad programs, because my experience was so good, like so phenomenal. I had 2 different coaches. I had Coach Glenn Moore, who's at Baylor now, my first 2 years. Coach Girouard came in. She was harder, a different hard that pushed us to the World Series and pushed us to championships. And my teammates, like everybody in the Hall of Fame right now for softball was my teammate. Like the pitchers, like I was catching their balls in the outfield. Coach Girouard's in there, right? Which she earned hers through Lafayette, and then what she still did here. She's just one of the best ever in Louisiana. Yeah. But all of my teammates, like we just had great people here too. And so I think that's why I really like push for, everybody enjoy the experience, whether we win or we lose. Like, is your teammate going to want to hire you down the road? Like, is she going to invite you to her wedding or her baby shower? Like, those are the things, like, you want to stay connected. So even coming back this weekend, I've talked to a couple of my former teammates who still live here, and they're going to come out and check us out. So it'll be great to see them and their kids and all those things. So
now I asked Trina, are they going to do anything special for you or whatever? But she said you've already been back.
Yeah, I bring every team here. I brought Buffalo here and Hampton, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Campbell, we were coming the year I left, and then they backed out. They didn't come. But, yeah, so I try to bring every team back here just for the experience of it, and I like coming back home.
Well, she said jokingly that we'll still introduce you as a Tiger, and it'll be correct, I guess, right? So
yeah,
here
always
we are.
A Tiger.
Yeah. How has the game changed in 25 years? Since you played? First of all, the pitcher, right?
Yeah.
You put one pitcher out there and her arm would fall off. She'd throw like 360. Right after you played, they had Kristen Schmidt at LSU.
She was with me. I was with her my senior year, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
They went to the World Series. Okay. Went to the World Series in 2004 with her, and I think she pitched just about every pitch at the World Series. Now, is it more specialized?
It's still, you need we say 2 horses
to
really get you through, but you got your ace. It's not like baseball, so they can throw a lot more, and there's so much more maintenance and the science behind athletic training and recovery and all of those things right now. So
and you can take them out and put them back in. That is just one of the quirky things about that sport, right?
Re-entry. Yes, you just take them out and then see what happens, and they can go back in, or you go to your other arm. But I would say the game's changed more. I think the bats are a little bit more hot. They're hotter. I think, the overall the game, the pitchers are stronger. Like back then, there was not a lot of pitchers throwing 70. Now it's like they're throwing 72, 74, 76. You're like, good God. Yeah.
It's like baseball. Yeah. Oh, we had a couple guys that could throw 90. Ooh. Right. Now we got like 10 of them. Paul Skeens, he's throwing 100 miles an hour in the 7th, 8th inning. Nutrition, strength and conditioning.
There's so many more elements that they get. There's so much more support, I think, from all areas for you to maintenance your body to be at the elite level for performance, I think, now. Yeah.
A few more things with you. And the popularity of the sport as well. We've seen the stadium in Oklahoma City go from, I think Girouard said when she first went up there, I mean, they were like guys playing beer league softball in some fields right like in the 80s or the 90s, the early 90s. And now the stadium is, 12,000? They've expanded it.
Yeah.
And streaming and being able to watch and so forth. People like it. I can get in and out in less than 2 hours. They put the ball in play a lot.
Right. All the cheers, the action, the fast, it's fast paced. It's fun. It's a fun product to put out there on the field and to play, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. The uniforms are better too. I mean, and they used to put you on potato sacks back in the day.
I think they should go back to some shorts. Then we'll really see how tough you are. But yeah, definitely better quality pants and all the things.
Sometimes that old video comes like, what? What were they thinking?
And we thought we had swag with them shorts on and all the things. Yeah. Like to wear pants was like, pants? Like why? Yeah. Had to be cold.
Yeah. Like, yeah, well, I guess I was just going to say golf, but no, you have to wear pants in golf. But, I mean, sliding and stuff and shorts, I mean.
Yeah, you had your socks up to your knees. Yeah, I got battle wounds all over these knees, but. Yeah. And they had, your knee pads, old school knee pads, all the things. But I had some pictures. I just sent Sandra some pictures the other day of our kind of throwback. They're redoing their alumni wall, and they asked for pictures, and I sent pictures, and we had shorts.
Sandra.
The assistant coach at LSU.
Yeah, Simmons now.
Yes. Hyphenated.
Yeah. Sandra Simmons was who I covered.
Right.
Great hitter, great player.
Yes, great coach, too.
Yeah.
She's smart. She knows her stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, what else should we discuss before we let you go here? So,
not much. What's new? Where should I take my team to eat?
Well, you already told me you're going to TJ Ribs, I thought.
TJ Ribs tonight. Got that one checked. That's for me, not really for them.
Well, I'm a big fan of the Chimes. I've always been a big fan of the Chimes.
Oh yeah, that always was your spot.
Yeah.
I remember that when I did the celebrity games when I came back. Yeah, we always.
Yeah, we used to do a celebrity softball game.
Yeah.
NIL and COVID kind of put that to bed for me. Gotcha. It was a lot of work to put it together every year, and then I don't think Angel Reese was coming out to play my softball game. Maybe not, but I didn't have a great feeling about that. So, gotcha. But no, you were always great. I have that one photo. We won one year, and y'all picked me up.
Yes.
You're like helping hold me up, and you're pumping your fist, and we got the trophy and everything. That was a lot of fun. All right. Well, look, great seeing you. Best of luck this weekend and the rest of the season. We'll be watching you.
All right.
So, Trena
Thanks
Peel
for having me.
Prater. I haven't met this husband yet.
He's great. Joe Prader.
Okay.
And I have a 6-year-old little boy. That's what I didn't talk about. I have a 6-year-old little boy named Deuce.
Okay.
He's phenomenal. He's like 4'2" already. He's going to be like, I call him like my little baby Shaq because he loves basketball. Wants nothing to do with baseball.
Yeah, he wants to be a hooper.
Yeah, so I'm like, cool, indoor sports because I'm outside all day long.
Is that what you called him, Deuce?
Deuce, yeah. Dropping deuces.
What's he like?
He's like me, which is challenging at times. He gives me a run for my money, a lot. But he's very much a nurturing soul. Like, he's super sweet. Like, if a baby's crying, like, he always wants to, like, go and help or... I always tell him, you're going to make a great husband one day. Like, wants to cook, wants to help, loves to vacuum, all the things. But no, he's a good little dude. He's a blessing.
Yeah. On the phone all day? Or how do you?
He's on time. I'm like, all right, 30-minute clock, go. And he's like, all right, Mom. Then the timer goes off. Oh, man, that was 30 minutes. That was fast. I was like, yep, bring the iPad.
Are you glad or disappointed that those things weren't around when you played?
I'm glad because I played outside more.
Right.
Yeah.
Great to see you. You were a heck of a player.
Great teams, great teammates, great coaches.
Julie Weiss.
Yes, that's who she's coming to the games this weekend.
Okay, all right. Julie Weiss from Central.
Jenny Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still here.
Yeah.
Megan Siggy's not too far. She's down in Mississippi. So, yeah, I'm hopeful to see them this weekend.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Trena Peel Prater here on JACQUES Talk. Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
And, what was that?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Okay. My bad. Good to see you. See you guys later.